Hi everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost. Want to see a quick video on how to insert signatures into a journal that you're making that is already decorated. Maybe you have recovered a book and you want to preserve the spine as is and you don't want the strings coming through. I'm just going to show you a quick video on how I attach the signatures inside here without disturbing the spine. Okay, warning, messy desk, dog on floor, playing with crunchy water bottle and heater on. Okay, what else can I tell you? I got a new light. I'm hoping it sheds lots of light. Okay, let's do this. All right, so here is my, that's the parrot. Never a dull moment around here. Here is the book I'm going to be working on, and this is a book that I have used the base of a book already, and I have decorated it front, oops, and back. And now I'm going to insert the signatures. So I have gone ahead and collected 12 pages each of unique different types of paper. This is totally up to you. You can use the same paper, different paper, coffee dyed paper, avocado dyed paper, assembled craft scrap paper. This is red cabbage dyed paper, and yes, I will show you how to do that. I've been keeping my eyes out. I have not seen a red cabbage at my grocery store for a bit, but as soon as I do, we're all over it. And just random papers, some old German beautiful writing, some avocado dyed paper. Okay, so let's just put this over here. Okay, like, did I say warning? Because messy desk, because I'm currently working on a project and everything's everywhere. Okay, so let's have some fun with this. I am going to use, I'm trying to think of stuff that you guys might have. So if you have cereal boxes or cookie boxes, something that has some chipboard in it, you can use that. And the way I do it is this chipboard is pretty soft, pretty thin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first position my camera. Okay, I'm going to get a pencil. Pencils are very handy, and little markers are very handy in this situation. But I'm going to make a spine that fits inside this spine. Okay, so I'm going to look to see where it folds in. Okay, and I'm going to make something thinner than that. And I'm going to put 3 signatures in here. So the way I do it is I put this in here and I measure about how far over I want it to go. You can always take off more. And you decide how far down you want it. And you want it maybe 1/4 of an inch or so in. Okay, so I make, oh, no, couldn't see that. So I made a mark. Can't see, I'm too far away. Made a mark here, just inside the fold, and made a mark down here for the length. For the length, how long I want it to go. But 1/4 inch up from the bottom. So I'm gonna go to my guillotine cutter, and I'm going to cut down and across. Okay, hang on. Okay, next I'm going to take this as a template, and I am just going to put it on here because I'm going to double this up because I want it just a little bit thicker than it is. It would actually be fine, that thickness, but I'm just going to make it a smidge thicker. What are you choking on? Oh, goodness gracious, hang on. All is well, the tiny paper has been retrieved. And Sonny is fine, back with his water bottle. Okay, now I'm just going to go do the same thing. I'm going to cut this and cut this, just cutting inside of the pencil line because that's going to be the true shape of the other piece. Hold on. And now I have 2 pieces that are exactly the same. And I'm going to take some Fabrifix glue, clear silicone glue, glues paper to paper, fabric to paper, and fabric to fabric. Okay. I have transferred it into a Sugar Bells icing piping bottle just to give it a thinner glue stream so I don't go through so much glue. Plus, sometimes too much glue is not your friend. You just want to use the right amount. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to glue these 2 pieces of paper, pieces of chipboard together for a little extra strength. All right. Okay. And I'm just going to let that set up for a second. Now, you can round the edges of this or not, but the first thing to do is to test and make sure that you are thinner than your actual spine. And let's see, we want to make sure that this does not impede the folding of the spine. So I can easily fold the book together without it running into the edges. That's why you want it just a smidge smaller. Now, the next thing that's a good idea to do at this point is to decorate this up a little bit. And you can do that a lot of different ways, but one of the easiest ways is just to take your old inker pad, just come along here and maybe ink the edges. So we're going to make it look pretty and part of the book, as if it's part of the book's natural design and it's not just a piece of chipboard. All right, so let's get our mat. This, I actually use an old magazine, or there we go. I'm just gonna color it like that, and it's already colored. Isn't that kind of cool? Pretty fast, pretty quick and easy. Just want to check that your edges are nice and colored. And sometimes the easiest way to do this in a messy fashion is with the actual ink pad. You can do it with the dauber, that's not a problem. And then maybe we want to, I don't know, maybe we're feeling a little, how about this color? I'm just, doing anything on here. This is optional, totally optional. You could do this. Okay, let me put this here. This is always the stencil I seem to have on hand. So I'm going to, this is Paper Art Antique Paste in brass bronze. Okay, here we go, Paper Art Antique Paste in brass bronze. I'm going to use a little anything I can find. Some of that going. And let's just color it up a bit. Yeah, going on here. Just giving a little pizzazz-a-roo. Nothing fancy, but just something, just a little something. And remember, you aren't going to be able to see most of this. It's just something in the background. There we go. Very nice. If you want to do your edges in the gilding paste, you can. You can also do this with spray inks or another ink pad, like maybe you want to come along with some pink. Do something like that. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways that you can add color to your backgrounds without actually, having to do anything super fancy. You can also wrap these in scrapbook paper or any pretty paper that you have, or even in a very, very thin fabric. That will work as well if you want to disguise the fact that it's paper. Okay, starting with a fresh one. Hello, Sunbun. All right, so now clear an area, clear the decks, get a handy wipe, get a baby wipe, handy wipes. Was that the old name? How about Jiffy cloth? Remember that? Jiffy cloth? Yeah, there's an old name. If you know what Jiffy cloths are, yeah, you were born in my era. Who knows what a Jiffy cloth is? You remember those? Handy little things. All right, so let's say we want to put 3 signatures in here. Let's see how wide this is so I could tell you. This thing officially landed up being just a little over ½ an inch wide, but my spine is probably an inch wide on this book officially. Yeah, I would say that'd be about an inch wide, but because the pages encroach, or the covers encroach, you want it a little thinner than that. So now let's draw where we want our holes. Now I kind of eyeball this. I do use my craft, can you see? I do use my, no? There we go. Oh, Pam, you could clean up your desk a little bit. All right. But it gets messy so fast. I know, I hear you, dear. Now I'm talking to myself. Scary. Okay, so 3, so about an inch down. 1 in the middle. 1 over here, kind of closer to the edge. Here, closer to the edge. Not right at the edge because you want to punch a hole there. And you don't want it to go through the edge of the cardboard. But can you see? Okay. And then the last one, move up here so you can see. And then maybe an inch from the bottom, put the middle one in, and then you can measure this, but you can eyeball it as well. Maybe I'll do a little closer to the edge, a little closer to the edge. Okay, a little closer to the edge, a little closer to the edge. Okay, then we get out our little, you can use an awl or a pokey tool or whatever you like. I like to use the Crocodile Big Bite 2. I put it on the small, watch right there. That's the middle one. Not all the way to the right. That's the big one. See that? No, don't want that one. I want the middle size one, which is 1/8. You see that? 1/8. Not all the way to the left. That uses your eyelet squasher. Okay. So go to the 1/8, the skinny one, and just punch out these holes. Now let me see if I can move this around. Maybe you guys can actually see me. Oh, I can't turn this. Oh, I don't want to turn that. No, that'll get all upset. Okay, here, there. Let's try it there. Okay. Now, see, I'm in there, and I'm aiming for the dot. And I'm going to punch. That was 1. Gonna punch. That was 2. And punch. Hold the hole. Stay steady, Pam. You can do it. 3. Yay. Now just turn around and do this side. Same thing. Can you see? Can you see? I'm just squeezing. 1. I'm looking at it from the side. I brought you down a little more on the side. I realized I could do that now. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, put you back in position. Hold on. Okay. So now we have this. Now it's a good idea in the world to mark a top and a bottom if you didn't measure these out exactly perfectly. So I'm just going to put a T for top, just so I remember. Okay, so that's going to be my top. And I also put more gold at the top. So that's also going to be reminding me that's my top. And so I want to turn it over with the top there. And then I grabbed, where's those papers? Here they are. A set of 12 papers, which I think I already showed you. So I am just collecting them together. I used a big paper clip to hold them together. Okay. Now, I don't want to be taller than the book. I want to be, I want to show you there's a couple things that you can do here that might be helpful just to know if you're fuddling to get your page size exact. First of all, you want to look in here and see if everybody's all the way that way. And they don't have to be. You can stagger them, but this is just a very easy method to do it. Tap it. So get all your papers together in the bottom right corner. Okay, see this guy looks a little short, so we're gonna make sure he's down there. He might be getting stuck on an edge of something. Okay. And then put your clamp on. Clamp it. Now, a couple things you can do here. You can either, we're going to measure. We don't want this to be taller than our book. Now, what I can do is I can take a pencil and I can make a little mark. I can put it exactly where I want it at the bottom. Okay, not longer than that. See, I have a nice, oh, that's way far away. Come here, close. See, I have about 1/4 of an inch down there. All right, and that's where I want it to sit. So I know I don't want it maybe any taller than that. So I could come along and just cut everything off taller than that, or then it'll fit nicely height-wise. Now the other thing you can do is, hey, I don't want to get rid of all that. That's kind of handy. So here's the other alternative. You can turn that stuff into pockets so you don't have to cut it. So turn it upside down. So this is the top of your journal, okay? We're going to do that. We're going to put down all the pages to the top of the journal because we don't want anything sticking out there. But what you can do with the extra stuff is you can flip it up and turn it into pockets. So let's go ahead and do that without having to cut any stuff off. So once we get everybody here in this corner, are you everybody there? You got to look sometimes because sometimes they hide. And it's okay if one doesn't behave. They don't all have to be exactly there. That's okay. All right, you got that? Okay, so let's reorient. So remember where we are. This is the top of my journal. So it's going to go in like this. Okay, fold, go in like that. But then I have this extra stuff here. So now I can make pockets out of that stuff while I'm here. So let's just do that and show you as an option. This can be done. Decide exactly how long you want this again, so you know where to put your fold, where you're going to do your pockets. Let's say I don't want it longer than here, that mark. Okay, so, whoop, didn't see that. Sorry. Okay, I made a pencil mark there. I don't want it longer than that because that fits right inside my book. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. Of course, now I won't be able to see it on the next one. Let's just mark it where it is. Next one is about there. Anybody else longer? I don't think so. I think I have 2 pages to deal with it, a little extra long. So I'm going to take those and I'm going to fold right where that little mark was. There it is. Let me unplug that heater. I'm getting hot now. My hot flashes are taking over. I don't need this heater. Don't need you. You are unplugged. There, better, more quiet. Okay, we have you. And now we're going to fold you. Okay, so we're just basically following the line on the paper, figuring that's taking us to straightness. Then we're going to do the same thing here. Why are you sticking? Because I just glued you. And we're going to take this one and fold it up as well. And we're just going to make some little extra pockets that are going to be magically built into the book. So I guess you could call these little bottom pockets or something, but they will be there for us to use. Okay. So let's just see if this fits now. This one thing might be a little bit long. We might have to deal with that. Okay. So you are a little bit long, and I do have a few issues here. Let me move you up a little bit. All right. Okay. So what you can do at this point, if you know where you want it to live, and you know you don't want any of this excess, maybe you don't want this extra paper, you can take this and we can rip that off. Or you can use a craft knife as well, which we might. Can you see? Can you see? Oh, really should clean the desk before I do this. Worst crafter ever. Okay, not very good at cutting this because it's very crumbly paper. Not doing well here at all. No, abort that mission. Okay, and let's try hand tearing. Nothing wrong with good little hand tear. Sometimes you can put it down on this side, hold down firm, and grab your whole thing and do a rip like that. And sometimes that deals with it. And sometimes you tear a little extra piece of paper off, but it's not bad. Okay, so those are options. Now let's see. If we are all in the running, are we the right length? Who's too long? Somebody too long? Sometimes you have to look. No, I think we're okay. We are inside the book. We are inside the book. Okay, so that is good. All right, so let us go ahead, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other two signatures in here, and then I'll show you how we sew them in. Okay, so we have our 3 signature collections. Okay, so let's take the back one and let's fold it. What a mess. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to fold it. Okay, so we want it to be this particular base is, I can't see that, 5.5 inches. So we want this to be shorter. We want this to be shorter than 5.5 inches this way. So let's fold at around 5.25 inches, or maybe even 5 inches might be good. Okay, so let's just measure approximately where that is. Okay, where's my pencil? Pencil, there you are. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.25 would be right about there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.25 would be right about there. There and there. Okay, all right. Well, let's just make where's my mark? I don't even see a mark now. Okay, there we go. There's a mark. 5.25, 5.25. Okay, so I kind of know now that's where my fold is going to be. So I'm going to grab my handy dandy bone folder. This is where we're going to be folding some bones. Yeah, fold it over and then give it a good sharp crease. You can also fold these individually, which will give you super flatter book. But you can also do it en masse if you crease them really well. So I think it's important to have a bone folder to do that, to get the nice sharp crease that we're looking for. Okay, so now that's one. What can I do with this? What can I do with this? Well, we haven't dealt with the width yet, but let's deal with that later. Let's get the signatures in the book, and then we can play with what to do with extra papers. Okay. Where's my second one? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So we were talking what, 5.25? Okay, so let's do 5.25. And let me just measure those up. Hold on. Okay, I've just completed number 2, and I'll do number 3 with you just so you can see the process again in case you need another looky-loo. All right, here we go. Measuring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches and a quarter. 5 inches and a quarter. Using my ruler to come on in here and figure out where the fold is going to be. Okay, then I'm going to fold it over. respecting the spine that I have created in this little signature. And then I'm going to come in with my bone folder, my loving bone folder, love my bone folder. Yep, yep. That's one thing I don't think I could journal without. I probably could, but probably use my foot or something. But there we go. So we have all three. All right, so now you have to decide what order you want to put them in. I'm just looking at the center picture. Sometimes that's how I decide. Maybe bird, flower, forest. Okay. And I'm going to get my book. I'm going to put these in the order that I want them to appear in the book from front to back. Okay, no, not working with the book, working with this. Checking to see where top is. There's top. Okay, so we put you down. All right, put you there. Actually, let's put you here. This is the top. This is the top. Okay, and you can even write a little T if you think you might forget, because you can always erase it, okay? But make sure that these are like as if the book was sitting on its side totally. They want to be completely even at the bottom, okay? And completely even north and south. Okay, you'll come down here. Let me see if you can see better if I do it there. Okay, I'm going to align this onto here equally. The camera's in my way. Okay, I can't see. Okay, there we go. I think that's pretty good. Just trying to make the same amount that's hanging over here is hanging over here. Okay, and then I take my pencil and I make a mark on my things, and I like as if I'm aiming for the hole down here, but I draw my pencil straight up where that hole is. That way the holes are going to be pierced in the same spot on my signatures as they are exactly here without measuring. Yay, 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 yay. Mini celebration, mini hand celebration. Okay, so now we can take this away. Don't lose this. You're going to need this, okay? Then take this clump. And let's turn it over and let's just get used to working back to front. Okay, so we have this now. Let me back out a little so you can see what's going on. And we're going to bring in the mighty guns again. Here we go, here we go. You don't have to use this. I just find it so much easier because I do tend to make thick signatures. Well, I mean, relatively thick, 12 pages. And I want to make sure that they are all going to go through easily. Okay, so I find my middle. Did I? No, it's okay. Find my middle, and what I do is I like to turn it over. Okay, this is my top. Did I put that? Yes, I put that at the top. So this is my top front cover side. And I fold it back a little bit. And the reason why I do that is because when I put it back in the crocodile big bite, hang on, I'm going to reposition you. Okay, it's easier for me to see where it helps guide it down to the dot. Okay, so go for the dot. Okay, and then you aim. I'm looking from the side like you guys are now, aiming for the dot. And because I have some people say, how can you see where you're punching? Because I look from the side. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking from the side, seeing where my dot is, and then I aim for my dot. Okay, there we go. So that's one. All right, so let's put that aside. That's the bottom one, the one that's going to be in the back of my book. Okay, let's move. Okay, so I'm going to do that 3 more times. Sorry, I'm going to do that 2 more times. I have 2 more of these. I'll just show you. Hang on. I think it's better if we all do it together. Yes. Okay, let me bring this down again so you can see. Here is my signature. Let me move, here's my signature. And I'm going to move my paper clip to the top so I always know where top is. I'm going to turn this way. Oh, let me move you over there for a sec. Turn this way. Fold it back on itself, on its own spine. And sometimes you're going to find that the spine doesn't actually fold where the dots are, but aim your crocodile big bite 2 at the dot and not the fold. Yeah, okay, here we go. We're going in. Oh, can you see? Can you see? The little, that one's coming down, the little one, little skinny one. And we're punching. And we're punching. And this thing just makes it easier on the hands. You can use an awl, you can use an ice pick, you can use a really sharp needle. But if your hands get tired quickly or you're making a lot of stuff and you just need your energy for other things, sometimes this can make life a lot easier. Okay, so I have that one and we're gonna do one more while we're here. Okay, here we are, here it is. Let me reorient. See, I know it's going to sit. Back up a little. No, not that way, silly. Okay, we know it's going to sit this